What's the point of this podcast? Why do Audrey and I talk about only Bleach? What makes Bleach so special? Today we talk about these reasons and more on this episode of Seireite Talk, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Bleach related. As usual, my co-host joining me today is the lovely Audrey. Audrey, what do you think we do for this podcast? Why Bleach? Something that's considered to be a dead series, much like James's channel. Why not One Piece or Naruto or even something more relevant like My Hero Academia? What's your take on this?
Well, personally, Bleach is a series that I grew up reading, and I'm still growing up, but I mean, I still read it. During middle school, it means a lot to me for personal reasons, because I found it in like a rough patch of my life and then grew really attached to the characters, and they're basically my family now. So it has a lot of like personal ties to me, and therefore I like to pursue any type of opportunity I get to discuss it or be a part of projects that involve it on larger small scales. And another, I guess that also fuels my advocacy for the series, that I feel like other people should be pushed to consider it, even though it's not shown in the light or advertised as well as the other main shonen series. But yeah, I think it has its flaws like every series, but I think it's good.
It's definitely, like you said, it's definitely a series worth considering, you know? Like, I don't know. The reason I wanted to do the podcast, well, I mean, for the first reason being for the Bleach Amino, but fuck them, fuck Seki. Fuck Valueless. Fuck everyone there. Fucking, I hate them. That's a discussion outside of the podcast right there. But, it's mostly to get people into the series and hopefully grow the fan base back. You know, obviously the fan base has dwindled since not only the manga ended, but since the anime ended back in 2012, maybe I think 2011 in the Japanese. Obviously, Bleach has dwindled in the past year and receives the most amount of hate out of the big three. My goal was to, I don't know, get the fan base back. And hopefully I'll be doing just that with these podcasts. You know, there's so much to actually talk about with Bleach that we can't just overlook it. I mean, it's the same thing if we talked about Naruto or One Piece. You know, the devil fruits in One Piece or the Jinchuriki in Naruto. There's just so much. And we shouldn't look over it, you know. Yes, there's some things left out, you know, but that's in every series. We were talking in the Discord one day, and I won't say who said this, but they said the reason they didn't like the ending of Bleach was because, or they strayed away from Bleach, was because the meaningless character development, side plots that went nowhere, characters that got development after not needing it, and then they went nowhere. And she said she didn't like the ending. And I was like, you just described every single manga ever. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just say, oh, I didn't like this, and this, when it's a general thing in all anime. Then I'm the same way, you know. There are numerous amounts of things that I don't like in Bleach, despite my extensive knowledge of it. Like...
Yeah, well... Huh? It may stick out for her because other things might subconsciously push her away from the series if she's grown. Another one of the big three, for example, a ton. I know I have seen some Naruto, the first tankobon for One Piece, and I've attempted to immerse myself in these series, and I think I will attempt again, but I don't know, once you have your one of the big three, which for me is Bleach, it's kind of hard since they're always compared and pushed or pinned against each other to like find a way to like love all of them. And I feel like we should like push for more of like not one of the big three is better than the other two. Like we should all like love them equally, or if we don't like them, we should respect that and other people and not
Mm-hmm.
be, you know.
Personally, I don't know. I feel like Naruto is better than Bleach. I mean, I haven't seen anything of One Piece, but it does like catch me in the feels when I watch Naruto. You know, like when I watched Jiraiya versus Pain, I bawled my eyes out. You know, that's such a sad scene when Jiraiya dies. Spoiler alert. I don't know if that's a big thing anymore, but for Bleach, I never cried. Not when Yama died, not when Byakuya almost died. I got a little touchy-feely when Chojiro died, but I never could catch them feels for Bleach.
I am very different. Bleach is extremely close to my heart, like extremely. What hit me the hardest, I think, was Ichigo will always be 15 to me. That's something I bring up sometimes is when we talk about like, oh, Ichigo grew up and cut his hair, you know, he's like 30 now. I'm like, no, Ichigo will always be 15, that little punk 15 zombie powder old Kubo art style Ichigo to me. That's what I first stumbled upon. That janky old really punk Kubo art style is what drew me into Bleach, because I remember picking up the book, the tankobon, at my school library being, what the hell is this? I want to read it. And that's what got me into it. And like what hit me hardest was the Fullbring time skip. Everyone has their problem with the Fullbring arc, but oh my gosh, seeing Ichigo grown up, I don't care if it was only 17 months. I lost it. I was like, look at
my little baby all grown up now. Oh, he's older.
Son. Oh my
he's
God.
older than me.
I swear to God, it's either like watching your best friend or your kid grow up. It was.
How do you think Kubo felt? That is his kid right
I know
there.
that I have characters too. I don't know quite how he feels, but I guess I can sympathize because I do write books. And oh my God,
like if
yikes,
I were in
man.
Kubo's position, I couldn't.
I was just like, and then seeing everyone else, like, oh my. I can't handle it. I can't handle
couldn't do it.
That 17-month time skip definitely hit me harder than when they were grown up, because I wasn't expecting it as much, I guess you could say.
17 months without your powers. How is that even like? I'd go mentally insane. I'm not even gonna lie. You know?
I think it would seriously give me anxiety for like the first half of it, but then you learn to cope, I guess. And he has his friends who are there, so I mean, he's got the best friend group.
Yeah, but even like Uryu and the rest of them have to go out and kill the Hollows and stuff, which let's take a moment to talk about that. The Hollows themselves, like it like the way the series went on, it made you really think like, oh, as long as Ichigo was there having his powers, then he'd always be there to defeat the Hollows. Nope, 17 months without his powers, the Hollows still coming.
I mean, I think Ichigo's friends are apt enough to deal with it, but I would definitely have a lot of days where, or like almost probably every day, where I'd go home and when I'm alone, I'd be like, shit, son, I feel so powerless. I can't help my friends fight what I know, the evil I know is out there now, and that I've fought, and the things I've fought to protect. Now the people that I fought to protect are like having to protect me, and I'm sure for like, especially Orihime, she's like, oh, I'm doing Kurosaki-kun's job. I gotta protect him, protect his town and all that, and I'm sure his friends feel that way. Like Chad and Uryu, but I mean, I would definitely feel down days.
I mean, hell, I have down days even not having powers and stuff. Bleach as a whole started, I don't know when, 1999, 2000?
2001.
Alright, cool.
Zombie Powder ended the same year. Zombie Powder started in 2000. Kubo's first series.
Kubo ended Zombie Powder back in, I mean, because he was depressed and stuff, you know? Like,
no, it got canceled.
He was depressed.
He was very depressed when he wrote it, and I feel
that's part of the reason why.
That's what I loved reading Zombie Powders, because you could feel that. I have the clinical depression, hereditary depression-y things, and I really felt for like his writing then, and I I feel like that connected me with Kubo, and I really enjoyed like reading that. But no, it got canceled, and they started Bleach in the same year that it stopped.
Very, you know, like just to see the difference between Zombie Powder and Bleach, it blows my mind. First of all, because of the length of Bleach. Second of all, because of how different the feel is between the two of them, you know? Was Zombie Powder in Shonen Jump or not? It was?
Yes, it was in Shonen Jump. That's how it aired. Or, not aired, but, it got released weekly in Shonen Jump. I actually own all 4 volumes and have all of Kubo's released one-shots.
You're gonna have to send me them pictures.
Yeah, they're really cool. I don't have them digitally. I have them physically.
You have a phone.
You don't have my number.
I have your Snapchat.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Snapchat you all.
But
no, I'll just make you copies. I
don't know. And it like you see all these fan made images, stuff that Jake does, stuff that Ryan's doing, all these animations, stuff that Reiji did, like chapter 513 and whatever the other one was. That was phenomenal. That was gorgeous. Even if it did get taken down, which is sad. Because it was even in my favorites. I loved it. It's very inspirational. Like you never saw stuff like that with Naruto. You never see stuff like that with One Piece.
Maybe not as prevalent. I feel like since Bleach is kind of oppressed as a series, I feel like that gives way for like us to feel the need to express ourselves and get out there and show and advocate for the series that is close to us in our hearts and that we care about. I mean, or just that we enjoy. It doesn't even have to mean a lot to you. It's just that you enjoy. And because it's oppressed, we're just like, hey, yo, we feel the need and get inspired to like make some cool stuff from it. Share our love for it.
I don't know. I agree with you. Like, I don't know. It's hard to just come up with the topic to talk about for Bleach when there's so many things in Bleach to talk about. It's like stuff in Dragon Ball Z. You don't really have a lot to talk about. Like, one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z, I guess, YouTubers, his name is Exper Games. That's EXPERGAMEZ. Look him up. He's a great dude. He does nothing but Dragon Ball Z videos. He was talking about like the Majins in one of his latest episodes and how Vegeta basically went Super Saiyan 2 when he was under the Majin symbol, and like some people actually think, oh, Vegeta couldn't go Super Saiyan 2 without the Majin. Personally, I doubt that, and he said that too, like he doubts it as well. But that's under the lines of power struggles, We did talk about power struggles with Clyde in the last episode, question mark, I do believe. Like with Yamamoto, his arm being lost, he can't use 50%. Like 50% of his power was taken away because he lost his arm, and I mean that's a lot of power. What is your take on all this?
I can't say much for DBZ because I have never seen it. Don't kill me.
That's alright. I haven't seen the entirety of Dragon Ball Z either.
No. I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to the big 3. I like my underground shit.
But Bleach, I got a buddy. He's my Star Wars friend. He's all into the Metachlorian count. He's all into the to the Force. He knows about the Force Storm. He knows about Palpatine, Tenebret, Sidious. All like Sidious is Palpatine, but Plagueis.
I was like,
Yeah, Plagueis. All of them. He knows the EU, which I love that he loves it. But he's like you. He knows the underground stuff. rather than the big three. He's not into the meta. He never liked Attack on Titan. He doesn't like My Hero Academia. He doesn't like Bleach, you know? And I've been trying to get him into it, man. Freaking, the art style of Bleach is so good. It's so good.
The progression of the art style, I find
the evolution of the artists is my favorite thing to look at in every single series.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Kubo my favorite artist, but I do really appreciate what he does. I love his focus on the characters. I know he's good at backgrounds. He can do them. He doesn't like to do them, which I feel, because backgrounds are a bitch to do if you've ever written manga. But I always like more character oriented stories, and that's why I kind of liked Ichigo's development in the Fullbringer arc at the end. A lot of people like to shit on it, but
it's very
that was some good character development. To see all his friends and family like turn on him, that was interesting.
I mean, he didn't get Ishin, did he? Ishin wasn't even part of that arc, I don't think.
He showed up like... No, he didn't.
Did he?
No, I don't remember. Fullbringer arc was a long time ago. If I reread Bleach, it's like the Soul Society arc, because that like takes me back, and I like cry every 4 pages. But I mean,
everybody loves the Soul Society arc.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, oh, it should have ended in the Soul Society arc. Somebody explain to me. If you know, like, if you could come up with a good way of how it should have ended in the Soul Society arc, please tell me. Please tell me.
There was just so much more that could have happened. I'm so glad it continued.
But, like, the thing is, Rukia was on the execution table. What was Ichigo gonna do after saving her? Go back to the world of the living? I'd like to see them...
And just go back to normal?
Like, I'd like to see them hide from the Soul Society after that big fiasco, you know?
Exactly.
I like, don't get me wrong, Kisuke's a smart dude, but I highly doubt there's anything he actually could have done against the actual Gotei, you know? Including Mayuri.
Mayuri.
That's horrible. That's just... Now, when people say, oh, it should have ended at Aizen, yeah. That'd have been a perfect ending, in my opinion. That'd have been a great ending. That'd have been beautiful.
I don't like to use perfect when regarding discussions concerning...
regarding Bleach. It's not perfect.
No, because Bleach isn't perfect, and yet I still love it with all of its imperfections, and I think that's an important part of loving anything, even if it's just a series. Being able to recognize those imperfections and still enjoying it.
Like, especially with the... I don't know, what was it? The story? The plot. That's the word.
There you go.
Yeah. Like... But I don't know, like, when they say it should have ended at Aizen when Ichigo lost his powers and stuff, that'd have been great. Because it would have made sense. We would have been able to sympathize with him. We would have felt for him, you know? Like, it's something that he wouldn't have been able to achieve, whereas Naruto became Hokage, you know, that was his lifelong dream. Luffy's obviously going to become king of the pirates, you know, like Gold Roger. Hope I didn't screw that name up.
I have no idea. I don't want
Me neither. My buddy Wyatt, if you listen to this, I'm sorry if I screwed it over. You know, I can't remember One Piece. You know that.
Well, I feel a little awkward. Let's go back to, I feel a little awkward when I say I enjoy the underground stuff, because I feel like some of the really edgy anime fans were like, I only read the underground shit. I don't want to have anything to do with the main series because they're not worth my time. They're overrated pieces.
The thing is, they're overrated for a reason. You know, Attack on Titan, when it first came out, was freaking amazing. You know, there's a reason it was so high up there. Erased, for shit's sake. Like that.
Boku Dake ga Inaimachi. The art. Okay.
It's so
but
good.
It's not a reason to not watch it. You should decide for yourself. That's why I don't like to, like, I immerse myself in the anime culture, but I don't like to, like, drown myself in it. You know what I'm saying? If you let other people's opinions affect yours before you can like form your own opinion. Your opinion is just overly influenced by other people.
You're
And
a politician.
I don't think that's bueno. I mean, it's all right to let other people change your mind and like have discussions about it, but I think there's an amount that you should be able to like figure out for yourself.
That's why you never, like, even I don't like Fairy Tale. You can ask every single one of my friends.
After, like,
you can ask my little brother. I never liked it, you know. But
took 6 months. I was like,
mostly because I let other people's opinions get the better of me. Until one day I was like, I've been giving it so much hate without actually giving it a chance. So I gave it a chance. I gave it the 3-episode rule. And I understand that's not a very prominent rule. That's not a very, like, a very good staple. Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto being the main example of why the 3-episode rule is bullshit, But I just couldn't get into it.
For shorter series, I understand it's fine for like 12-episode series that are meant to be 12-episode series. For really long-running series, I feel like
give it a season.
I gave Naruto like 3 or 4 seasons, and I still like I liked it, but I have so much other stuff going on. It's just priorities.
Yeah.
Like
with Bleach, like the way I try and get people into Bleach is I say skip the first arc. Nobody needs to watch the Substitute Soul Reaper arc. It just introduces.
Read it. It's better if you read.
It basically just introduces the characters and shows Ichigo getting the Zangetsu that you see through the entire series.
Yeah, but if you like it, you can go back and watch it. Personally, I don't really like that approach, but
everybody, because the reason I say it is because everybody says the Soul Society arc is the pinnacle of Bleach, Yeah. So it's like, why not start at the best? Where you see the physical manifestation of Zangetsu, you meet the captains that you will later grow to actually love, some more than others, Byakuya and Toshiro over, I don't know, Shunsui and Komomura.
Freaking
the furry.
Byakuya. Oh. Jushiro was my favorite when I first read the series. Aizen was I was like, ooh, he's got glasses, he's my favorite. And then he got killed, quote unquote. And I was like, oh, yikes. And then he turned bad, and I was like, oh, shit, son!
the plot twists! The plays! The plays!
Oh, shit, Kubo!
Kubo was like, Aizen, he's gonna do this. And Aizen's like, you sure? Aizen's like, yeah. Kubo's like, yeah. So Aizen so do this. Aizen's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And he does it. And he's like, oh my god! Get red!
Oh,
Get red! What is this? Pokemon VGC? Oh! Fuck, I'm a nerd.
It's alright.
But, Aizen is definitely one of the most, if not the most badass characters, The reason I say one of is because we did get a lot of Bankais in this final arc. It's a beautiful arc. I don't care what anybody in the Discord says. Like, the entire arc was great. The first half was phenomenal. Second half, in my opinion, was phenomenal, except for the last 5 to 6 chapters.
Yeah, we got some classic Kubo pacing, though. Every time the fight with Gerard showed up, though, a little piece of me died, though, especially when Askin and Urahara were doing the fight, and it was always like, oh, just kidding, let's watch Gerard. I was like, yeet, boy, I want to see Urahara and Askin fight.
Who didn't? Canon Barake Benahime Adarame. My lord. That name! I was in, when the chapter came out, and I read it, I remember I was in, keep in mind, I live in Louisiana. Audrey lives in the mountains.
Alabama.
No.
I live in the
No, Louisiana. I'm not Justin. All right?
Alabama.
I hope to God he listens to the whole episode. And if he asks how's...
I love you, Mom.
Love you, Grandma.
I love you. Love you, Mom.
But, I was in Port Barry, and I know none of my friends watch or listen to my videos, so I can honestly say this. I was at the Cracklin Festival, and that is the most Louisiana thing you will hear me say.
Should you do some craft
Fuck
meat?
no. Cracklins, it's fried pig's fat.
Oh.
Yeah, seasoned.
Brisket.
No,
Hmm.
no, this is just the fat. Yeah, it's as crunchy as whatever you're eating. It's as crunchy as whatever you're eating.
Gross. I'm eating croutons off my
Ugh.
salad, mate. Come on.
I like croutons. They're good. Getting off track. What were we talking about?
Crackling
Oh yeah, the
festival.
crackling. Fuck. My mom likes all the crackling stuff. Like, she likes the Louisiana culture. Me, personally, I couldn't stand it. Mostly because rednecks. I'm not going to get into why I don't like living here, because there's a lot of people who do like living here. And to those who do, I don't care. This is my personal preference. Leave me be. You know, let me do me. You do you, I do me. I'm gonna live in some other place. I'm gonna live in
Self-cess.
I'm gonna live somewhere that's not the South when I grow up. It's as simple as that.
Come to the mountains, Cole.
I'll come in the mountains.
Oh my god.
God, that joke.
Oh my god. Goodbye.
This podcast is over.
That's how we end it. Like, okay, we're cutting it short because
25 minutes long. Yeah, this podcast actually could be, like, this episode could be considered short if we wanted. Because an hour long is a very, very long time for an episode to just talk about nothing but Bleach. The next episode will be a character analysis for a certain captain. I won't spoil which, though. If you know, I don't know, anybody, you'd know who it is, because he's up there in the fan favorites. You know, I'll give a hint. It's not Shunsui. It's not Toshiro. Definitely not Komamura. And it's not my favorite character, Yamamoto. We'll talk about him in one episode, I promise. We have to talk about our favorite characters in at least one episode. You know?
Oh boy. I have like, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
top 5 favorite characters then.
I have like a top 3 though.
Oh.
Like,
I was the same way till I thought about it.
Yeah. It's like the friend group. I won't spoil it, but
shit, I'll spoil mine. Yama, Kenny, Shinji.
Fine. Renji, Izuru, and Shuhei is like
oh yeah,
my
I remember
cute
you
friend
telling
group.
me that.
I fucking love them.
Yeah. Let's see. Yama, Kenny, Shinji, Cheruchi, and Riruka. Those are my 5 favorites.
Fucking Riruka. Also, Orihime is my waifu, but she is above everyone else. She's so great that she's just not on
She's
my
sulking level, you know? Let's just... She can beat anyone. Right, I don't know. Like, okay, are you trying out for more voices or no?
Uh-huh.
Which voices are you trying?
I sent Ryan 5 more
I
auditions.
wish he'd listen to them. I said I wish he'd listen to the auditions like he's supposed to do.
He listens to mine. It's alright.
Yeah. I wish he'd listen to mine. God damn it.
I think you should be Candace, so I'm like 100%.
I want to be Candace. I want to have a female role so bad. Like, it physically hurts me that I'm not a female role.
Pretty gay, but I mean, I'm down.
Like, okay, I'm Old Man Yama. I tried out for Lele. I tried out for Kimpachi. I tried out for Candace. I tried out for
You should be
Basby.
Gerard.
And I tried out for Gerard. But the way he wants to do it is he wants Gerard to sound like Vegeta.
I like your Gerard voice.
I do too.
I really like your Gerard
I'm
voice.
slowly incorporating more Chris Sabat into it, though. Like, I noticed it last time I did.
I don't need Vegeta. Vegeta means nothing to
Yeah.
me. I'm like a mixture of vagina and fajita, and I'm like, I don't understand.
God, it's vegetable.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh, vegetable.
That
and
makes
fajita.
sense.
Oh, I hate myself.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, Love you. But Chris Sabat, Johnny Young Bosch, and Sheen Scamel? I think that's
Skibele?
maybe that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not sure. The voice of Goku, the current voice of Goku. They're all going to be in Shreveport, Louisiana on April 22nd and 23rd. And I'm going to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Johnny Young Bosch, how much would it cost to interview you?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And maybe Chris Sabat. I'll ask Chris
Can I
Sabat.
come out to Louisiana then and be host?
Yeah.
As usual?
Cosplay as Orihime.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have my Orihime cosplay right now.
I'm gonna order a Squad 1 Captain Sayori, just so I could be, like, distinguished. Because how many fucking... But I'm gonna be my OC, I'm not gonna be Old Man Yama. You know? I'm gonna be just a captain.
We're so cool.
I love Yamamoto. I really do.
I love Bleach. I like to drink it, read it, wash my clothes
I was
with
about
it.
to say, I like the way it tastes. Can you imagine if we got sponsored for just talking about Bleach?
Oh my god. Guys, Clorox is great!
You know.
Wash your clothes with it. Please give me a sponsorship.
Subway, if you want to sponsor... No.
$5.
It is
foot.
It is February.
Are we gonna get copyrighted
Yeah,
for that?
thanks. Inetsu Jigoku. The ultimate attack of Ginryusa Yamamoto. Hell's Fire? I know I have an attack called Jigoku no Ono, which is Hell's Flame, to be specific. But I think Inetsu Jigoku means Hell's Fire, which is very, very different from our attacks. Like, Yama uses his in, what does Inetsu Jigoku do? It's the giant tsunami wave of fire, I think. Whereas mine, I breathe fire.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like, to be specific.
Your OC is so lit. Make a manga. I'll buy like 40.
Trying to. It's hard.
I know, it's so fucking hard. I'm like, ooh, whatever. I'm just gonna like casually make a manga. Yeet, you gotta dedicate yourself to this BS. I did a bi-weekly series all through freshman year. I was gonna put out a 19-page chapter every other week. And it was like killing me.
Like, I started mine.
Like, I couldn't do it weekly, so I did bi-weekly.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Like, I started mine 3 years ago, and you know how many pages I have of it?
69.
3 pages.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. That's dedication at its fucking...
They better look lit as fuck,
I'll
man.
send you the pictures later. Because, like,
yeah,
the first page looks kind of trash. Second page looks phenomenal as hell. Third page, iffy. And fourth page, keep in mind, like, my skills have gotten so much better over the years. And I constantly am trying to draw just so I can, like, get the style of Kubo down. Which he is.
Bro, I
so
draw every
hard.
day. I don't know if I'm all for being Kubo. I want to be my own style.
Oh yeah, no, my style is.
Your style's lit,
Yo,
though.
my style. KG flat out said when like I first showed my art in the art Discord, I was like, I'd like to be like Kubo with my art style, and KG's like, I don't think I like it because it looks too realistic, and I'm like,
I like the like realistic look though, because I like stuff like the Parasite manga by Araki. I like that kind of looking stuff.
He said my OC looked too much like me, and I was like, that's good. That's a good thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. I think that's cool too. My OC didn't look anything like me, and I know that on
Still
purpose.
doesn't.
My Bleach OC's adorable, and that's the difference.
I want to read your manga.
Boy, it's up on DeviantArt. It's
Lord.
shit. I'll link you, man.
I'll put the link in the description below.
No, no one else needs to see it.
If you'd like to check out Audrey's work on DeviantArt, it
My
is
doujinshi.
DeviantArt at Animu.
Oh
I
my god.
guarantee it's
Oh
that.
my god, I'm actually gonna strangle
I
you someday. I'm gonna come down to
guarantee it's
Louisiana. We're gonna interview Johnny Young Buck.
and Chris
I'm
Sabat
gonna
and
kill you.
Sheen Scamellamale. Scamamele.
Scamamele. Okay. If I do meet Johnny Young Bosch, though, he's like one of the few people I will actually cry if I meet.
Same.
Because I know him as Vashta Stampede from Trigun. And Trigun is another series that is very near and dear to my heart. And freaking, oh my god. I don't think about it.
If I did interview Bosch, Mr. Johnny, however I'd address him, it'd be a spur of the moment thing. I'd put Mr.
He watches James' channel. And
Wait, what? He does?
He does. James has talked to the guy, and he's got a signed
What?
poster from him too.
James!
I know, son of a bitch.
Ooh, James, you best be giving us a shout out. We need it. Like, seriously.
I know. I really.
Send us some of the dead subscribers, please.
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 James's shout out actually made me lose subscribers.
Why?
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I lost like 10 after he gave me a little shout out, and I was like, wow. Thanks.
I want Ryan to give me a shout out in his stream. Yo,
Same.
he was actually streaming. Like, remember the 8-hour stream that he did?
It was more like 9 hours.
It was 9 hours, but I had to go at 8. I was the DJ for it. I was dying
I was asleep.
of sleep deprivation at that point. And he goes, Cole, shut up. And I wasn't even talking. He was like, just wait for it. I was like, what? He goes, hey guys, do you, and then he giggled, his giggle that he giggles.
His giggle is so cute. Oh my god, I'm dead.
He goes, hey guys, do you want to meet the voice actor for Yamamoto? And I like shot up in my seat and I started doing the stupid giggle. And he goes, hey old man Yama, how's it going? And I went, and I did the voice, which I refuse to do on the podcast. I'd love to just interview any voice actor that I look up to. So that's...
I'm right here. Hello, my name is Audrey, and I voice act Orihime, you know.
Like, I don't know, Johnny Young Bosch, Vic Mignogna, Todd Habercorn, Chuck
actually,
Herbert.
Cole.
Huh? What?
Cole. If you want to interview a voice actor, I know Carrie Savage. Google her. I can get you in with her probably. Right. She comes down to the cons I go to every April and October in the mountains. If you can come up here,
yes, I guarantee I will.
I can get you at least a couple hours.
God, couple hours, bruh. Dinner, movie, everything.
Slide into the DMs afterwards. Boom.
Real shit, though.
I could probably get you in them. Don't quote me on that, but I can try like hard, man.
She sounds very familiar. I don't know any of the female voice actors.
I love her so much. She's the nicest person in the world.
Look, why don't you give her the link to the Discord?
I'm gonna see her in April, so
I'm gonna see Johnny in April, so
fuck up, man. Yeah. If you do get to interview him and I'm not there,
I'll give you the Skype and I'll be like, I have to get my co-host on here. If I don't, she's gonna shoot me.
Thank you.
Know? And he's gonna be like, all right, man.
I appreciate that.
But no screaming. All right?
I won't.
No fangirling. We have to be professional about it.
Tears, but I will be very professional about it. I promise. I'll put on my Orihime cosplay and everything. Yeet, I won't. I'll just wear like my I love you Johnny Young Bosch t-shirt.
No videos. No video chat, no nothing like that. This episode is literally the most sporadic episode ever.
Welcome back to Cole and Audrey Ramble for 3 hours.
It pretty much is. And when we start live streaming this, like, it's gonna be even worse, because the episodes actually might be 3 hours long. Especially if we get guests in here. Like, bro.
Well, I mean, the Clyde one was really short. I want to do one with James.
Oh, you weren't there for the first episode, were you? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll do another one with James, I promise. But you have to set it up because he
comes back in 5 days from Japan.
God, he spent an entire month there?
No, he spent 2 weeks. He's been there for a week and a half now.
Wow. Anyway.
Yeah, he's scoping out places to live.
Wow. If he moves to Japan, I will call him a weeaboo every day for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, it's part of like his life goals. I don't want to like out him on our deep talks. That we
No, not on the podcast. We don't get deep on the podcast. We do get sidetracked, tracked as this episode shows. However, for the most part, we try and keep it professional. Back to interviewing Johnny Young Bosch, though.
We try to keep it professional.
I know. First thing I'd have to ask Johnny would be like the obvious. Tell us a bit about yourself. Your life story would be good, you know.
Mhm.
I've listened to so many like fan talks with Johnny Young Bosch.
My God,
it's unreal.
The one thing I would want is to just like have him do the Vash the Stampede voice, and the scene where he's crying in French is so funny. And I'd be like, "Can you reenact that for me?" And I'd just probably stand there with my eyes closed, and I'd be like,
"Oh yeah, that's slowly hyperventilating." Slowly puts
I'd have to get a bigger bag to breathe into.
All right, we're doing that before the podcast and or after the podcast, because during the podcast, it's a podcast. It's gotta be professional.
And I'll be completely professional during the podcast, I promise.
We won't hear a word from you because you'll be freaking out too bad.
I'll just be crying in the corner the whole time. I know, I'd actually want to like try to get to know the guy a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to be able to like leave an impact so that he remembers me, you know?
Exactly.
Which is why I want the Seireite talk to get big, you know?
Kubo retweets us. Cole has a seizure. I would have a seizure. My heart would stop.
I'd print the tweet out and frame it on my wall. Like, I'd sleep with it.
I'd turn the tweet into my bed sheets, my pillow, my wallpaper.
Like, they'd think I'd go crazy. They'd be like, what is this? And I'd be like, you didn't experience
or
it.
In that moment, right in that moment when I see it, my heart just stops and I'm sent to heaven. Goodbye. I love you all, but I gotta go. I gotta blast.
Audrey, we're going to hell.
I'm going to Soul Society.
We're going to hell, and you know it.
Get out. You might be going to hell. I'll see you in the Rukon Guy District, boy.
Yeah, when I'm head captain.
Well, you gotta start from the bottom and then you work your way up.
Training my spirit. Yo, actually though, if it works like that, I'll be in hell for 25,000 years and then break out, and you'll be an old lady and I'll still look the same.
Oh, ripperoo, man. I'll still be hot, though, I promise. Cole's like, he ain't even hot now, fam. I'll still have those thick thighs.
Yo, thick as fuck, though. Bruh. For those of you who haven't seen Audrey, she thick as fuck, yo. Just imagine it. What nationality are you? Korean? Vietnamese?
I'm Korean.
You didn't hear the Vietnamese part.
Korean and Swedish and German.
Koreans are thick as fuck.
Yeah, you know it. That's right.
I'm Norwegian, which is why I'm so damn white. Well,
yeah, you are.
I am
white,
like
man.
Casper the fucking ghost getting bleached.
Okay, I've seen whiter
getting
people
bleached.
James's next video. Bleach fan is so intense he actually bleaches himself white. Oh wait, no, that's just Cole. Never mind.
Bleach fan dies in car accident after finding Ichiruki. Didn't happen. Yo.
I thought it was so clever, man. My Bleach doujinshi was called Bleached. Like, bleached. Gross.
Mine's called Bleach After the War.
Nice.
Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's already taken, knowing someone. But it basically follows the life after all of the Gote. You know, after Soifon, after Tensazaimon is like after the new generation Gote, it follows that. My character is the head captain, and it follows the new 13 court guard companies as their lives go through now being able to go to the world of the living without restriction, and the war that's upcoming with the beast race, which is I think should be the French race. I've said it every single time.
My doujinshi takes place during the Iran car arc of the series.
Oh, you're one of those
There will be flashbacks to the Soul Society arc, so I don't have plot holes. But mainly goes to the Iran car arc. And then I wanted to do the Quincy arc, but I got the time or the motivation for that anymore. And the ending was my OC was supposed to be like the head of the Keto Corps because she was like really gifted keto. Yeah, after Tessai. Like at the end of my doujinshi, like after all the shit went down and everything was peaceful again.
Tessai Tsukubishi. This episode has just been a train wreck. I'm pretty sure we could end it off here and just be fine. It's 50 minutes anyway. As usual, Ryan's stees will be listed in the description below. Audrey's channel as well. The link to the Discord will be listed, and my Twitter and Twitch as well. If you'd like to go follow my Twitch, I'm playing through Pokemon Ruby. Just bullshitting through it though. It's not like an actual playthrough. And I don't know, check out Audrey's DeviantArt.
Read my shitty Bleach doujinshi, guys. You want some good cringe?
Yo, you want some good cringe? Go read Keiji's. No, Keiji, I love you.
No, Keiji's is so good. Get out.
Keiji's is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Scenes. I feel like if Scene were to make one though,
Ryan would die.
Ryan would die. Keiji would die.
Yeah, we'd all die.
Scene is such a good artist. Like, I mean, link to Scene's Instagram in the description below, too. Just saying. She is...
Link to the collab I did with her in the description below. Maybe a wink. Full do it. Or you can see that on my YouTube channel. I did a collab with her. Like, it's pretty good.
Everybody go check out Scene's Instagram. Like, I mean, go show her some love and support. She deserves it. Ryan doesn't give her enough. Like, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Like, bruh. I only say bruh when I'm excited. By the way, I edit these. My editor is kind of shit. So I started editing my videos, and I gotta say, I hate my voice. Next episode will be a character discussion that only I will be doing, so I can give Audrey the week off for that. So stick tuned for the next episode of Seireite Talk. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.